Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. We're here at Wilfred Taylor Reserve for the women's elimination final between Burnside and Onkaparinga. Referee about to kick us off and get us underway. Got Tristan in the middle there. Judging on past performances from both teams, it should be an exciting game. In saying that, not the best start to the kickoff, but knowing RJ, she might be trying to force a scrum early on in this game to assert some dominance at set piece time. I think they maybe have been watching South Africa play and introducing some of the Springbok strategy there to force set piece early. Great shove there from Burnside, but well dealt with from Onkers. Bit of a bobble, but Onkers do well to find some width there early off first phase. But bundled into touch there from Levi. Just early apologies, I don't have a commentary partner with me. I am from Burnside, my name's TJ, I'm the Premier Grade head coach. So apologies for the lack of knowledge of names for Onkers, but hopefully we have someone joining us soon. First line out of the game, first scrum of the game. We're getting straight into the action here. Great line out win for Burnside. Good platform. Let's see what they do with it. Seems like a bit of loose ball for both teams to start off with. Expected in finals footy. Sure there's a lot of nerves out there. And the early handling errors continue. However, Burnside have the advantage here for an offside, and a great ball carry there from Portia Bradley. And now they've found the edge here with Jet Verway in space. No surprises here as Portia goes for another physical dominant carry here. It's met well there, though, by Jade and Grace from Onkers. And Grace got some good hands on ball there, getting the jackal penalty. I think both teams are settling into it, expected in finals 40 first few minutes here. But Burnside found a bit of ascendancy on that width. That's just about how can they get continuity. A lot of players to watch out for here. A lot of Falcons representatives out on that pitch at the moment. One of which being Jade, who just kicked the ball there, who wasn't able to find touch. And unfortunately, it just wasn't cleaned up by Shakira there, so a knock on Onka's feed. So judging by first scrum, I think this might be an area where Burnside are really trying to target, especially with the experience in that front row of RJ Adele and Bonnie Meredith. Let's see how Onkers respond. Slight early, potentially early shove there. I think referee's making warning, and there you go. Free kick for early shove from Burnside. And then a march back 10, referee asserting some authority here in this game. I think setting a standard for the team for the remaining 65 minutes of this game. Let's see if Onkers can make use of this. Good first carry from Ashley Johns at number 10. Another carry here from Jade, moving the ball to Shane on 13. 5 meters out for Onkers here, well defended from Burnside. Moving the ball to width again, Grace Fitzsimmons, meter short. Jade again with hands on ball, 3 touches in 3 phases. And then, I believe an obstruction to Onkers, but it's been pulled back for an advantage. I'm not too sure what the initial call was for there. Some exciting play there from Onkers, and they're still trying to up the pace here with Grace Fitzsimmons with a quick tap. Again, just short. Ashley Johns. Well met from Burnside there. Dominant tackle from Portia. Good coverage there from Burnside's backline. Great line speed from Jet and Casey. Opportunity here for Onkers to move ball, but they can't keep it in hand. Well defended from Burnside. And force the knock on. 5 minutes in and we've already got some goal line pressure there from Onkers. A clear intention to move ball and up the pace of the play. Burnside do well there to find the line connection and disrupt as much as they can. I think earlier we spoke about the influence the Falcons players are going to have on this game, and straight away you see there in those 5 phases near goal line the touches of ball from Grace, Ashley and Jade. They will be the real influence in this game from an Onkers perspective. Exit here from Nikki. Considering on goal line, decent clearance, 15 metres out from try line, Onkers ball. Now our chance to see Onkers line out. Can they provide platform? Great line out there. Straight to width. Well met by Munaman in defence. Again, you can see the pace of play here from Onkers. Those quick rucks, the ability to move ball quickly. Great carry here from Grace. Great tackle there from Jevo to spill the ball. But we come back for an advantage from offside from Burnside. I think this is where the point of the game, especially in finals, Onkers consider what do they need to get out of this area. Is this points territory? Do they start playing the points game? And yeah, they do. They point straight towards the post. So we get to see how Jade operates off of the tee. If the tee gets out there. Kick to come. And successful penalty kick there from Jade. Onkers 3, Burnside 0. Great start from Onkers there. A few early handling errors from both teams, and then Onkers finding the ability to find the width and play off of quick ruck ball. I was talking to a few Burnside players in the lead up to this game, and they said Onkers are really strong in their first 15 minutes, and they need to be able to withstand that and then find a way to gain momentum back in the game. And I think it's going as planned from an Onkers perspective here, and Burnside hopefully will do a little bit more to stifle that momentum. Again, great carry off kickoff from Grace there. Onkers with an intention again to shift the ball wide. Ashley to Caitlin. Caitlin with the break on the width. Well dealt with from Sophie McClure. Another great carry there from Onkers. Staying on top of Burnside here, playing at the ad line. It's fast paced, it's front foot at the moment. Great disruption there from Bonnie. This is actually, I think, what Burnside need to do a little bit more of is how can they slow down that ruck? Can they disrupt the pill? Can they disrupt the movement of that ball? I think I'm going to get tired of saying Ashley, Jade, and Grace, but these guys are getting some momentum. A lot of work here. Also being factor players, there's probably the only players' names I know, so apologies again that I don't know many Onkers players. Great defense there from Burnside. Ruck slowing down a fair bit here, and you're seeing that Onkers are starting to run out of a bit of options, starting to attack real narrow around the breakdown. This is exactly what Burnside need to force. Tighter carries, keep it into 15s, disrupt ruck speed. Again, great challenge there at the ruck from Bonnie Meredith. Exactly what Burnside need in defense to connect and find numbers. Grace says, give me the ball, go route one, takes on 3 defenders, trying to get some momentum back to Onkers. Another good out carry there from the number 4. To provide good ruck speed again for Onkers. Onkers slowly chipping away, but the strip there in contact from Adele. Great strip, and now Burnside go to pounce. They move ball to Nikki in space, and this is the one to watch from Burnside, and she's gone. She's going. One defender to beat, and she beats her. And I don't think anyone's catching her here. And there you go, Nikki over for the first try for Burnside. Under the sticks, 80-metre turnaround. And that's the danger. High phase count, tight around the 15s. You turn the ball over and players like Nikki will hurt. Burnside's done really well there to stay in that fight and disrupt ball. Players like Bonnie and Adele doing a really good job in tight there to disrupt ball and then able to move the ball to space there. Great hands from Casey, finding Nikki on her outside, and then Nikki finishing off the try. Great way to stifle momentum here from Burnside. I think it's been all Onkers for the first 10 minutes, but Burnside does a really good job there to respond and stifle that momentum. RJ with the conversion to come. And a successful conversion from RJ. Burnside 7, Onkers 3. 13 minutes in. As most people would know, the next best part about a try is making sure that we return serve and we secure a ball off kickoff. And RJ's done a great job of doing that. Physical carry. It'll be interesting to see Burnside's approach in this area of the pitch. Are they going to run it? Are they going to exit? Great tackle there from Grace. But they move the ball well. Cass gets the offload to Sean. Sean to Sophie. Sophie to Jet. Jet to Izzy in space. Izzy does well. The carry met well from Jade there. Onka's doing a good job of disrupting the ball there. Burnside getting a bit passive at that breakdown, allowing and accepting the contest. Nikki's doing a good job here of trying to get the ball out. Ref letting a fair bit play. Yeah, not surprised with that. Playing the ball on the ground. What a shot. Great defense there, but great awareness from Cass to still be able to get that ball away too, and Sean to be able to shift ball once she beats the first defender. And then again, great shift from Jet to Izzy in space. But then well met by Jade. Burnside advances about 10 metres up the pitch. Now with another line out. Seems like Onka's only chucking up at the front defensively, so it'd be interesting to see how Burnside adjust and target areas they aren't contesting in. The worst ball to throw is a hooker, right behind the person contesting. But they do well to make the throw. Adele does well to find the target. And Jet's off here, breaks straight through the middle. She has Nikki on her outside, Nikki in supporting line. Covered well there from Caitlin and Jade. But Burnside in a really good position here, wide edge ruck after a line out. 9-10. Carry again from Cass. Again, Cass monsters in tackle, but she gets the ball away. I think this might be a bit of the league background here. Shakira with a good carry on the edge after some good ball movement from Burnside. A real intention to play off 10 here on wide edge rucks from Burnside. A great carry from Kate Tahema on her 50th game, but unfortunately, offload not sticking. Now it's our chance to see how Onkas does in counter-attack. And yeah, great read from Ashley here to find an empty backfield, but unfortunately doesn't get a good leg on it. However, they get bailed out with an offside at the ruck. So a real flip of momentum here, but Onkas do well to scramble in defense there. I think you can see a real intention from both teams to go to width, but really bruise with forwards through the middle. And maybe a bit of insight there from Onkas as well when they get in a bit of danger, being able to find the toe and find some space in behind. Let's see what's to come around that kicking game. Onkas with another nice clean line out and moving the ball to space. Caitlin with the break here, but Jet does a great job of holding onto the tackle there. And well covered there from Levi on the width. The halfback making the last-ditch tackle on the winger and forcing her out to touch. Again, Onka's playing flat and fast at the line. Really, really good ball movement, finding seams in defense, making breaks on edges, and Burnside being forced to scramble, which both teams at the moment on their scramble defense are doing well. We've just gone over halfway through this first half, and as you can see, this is going to be a highly contested game. Burnside recognise now that they're only chucking up the front, so they hit the middle of the liner and they get good platform here. Bit of hesitation there. I think they were waiting for a potential call, but we play. Again, great carry from Portia. I feel like I'm going to be saying her name a lot today as well. Another Falcons player. Another great carry here now from RJ. Thought about the offload, but decided not to, which I think her teammates would appreciate. Just getting some control into this game, building some continuity. Great ball carry from Bonnie Meredith. Another really influential player into the Burnside forward pack. Jet has had a crack here, met well by Jade, and Ashley's done well to disrupt ruck. Levi goes for a scoot around breakdown, but doesn't find any support players, so is brought into contact. And unfortunately, a side entry there at ruck time. The ref was in the best position to see that. Good carries there from Burnside, but then a bit of isolation when they move the ball to width. Onkers did really well to get up off the line and meet those isolated points and disrupt breakdown there. So it looks like both teams take the same approach with lineouts, with only contesting at the front. Portia does a good job to disrupt there, but Cheyenne does a great job to get rid of ball. Great offloading the contact from Ashley. Casey does well to disrupt ruck, and Bonnie Meredith too. This is exactly what Burnside need to do to slow down that ruck ball and find connection in defense. Oh, the show and go. I think that's from the hooker. Once again, physical carry from Jade. Sorry, Grace. One of the three names that I keep repeating. And Onkers with the penalty there. An intention to go for it. Probably in kicking range there for Jade, but an intention to go to corner and get that try back that they lost earlier on. This is the rugby we love to see. We love to see teams going for it here. Nice, and a maul here from Onkers. Well set. Burnside do well to defend that. Bonnie making herself a nuisance, swimming straight through the middle and getting hands on ball carrier. Unfortunately, I think told to roll away. They're unsure as to why, but nonetheless, well defended from Burnside. Good ball movement here from Onkers. One more pass. She goes herself here. And hand straight on ball from Nikki. They do well to turn the ball over there. How do Burnside react? Do they look to exit? Do they look to play with ball in hand? Carry here from Sean. One of our recent dispensations, only just recently turned 16. And a clearance here from RJ, well pressured from Jade. I think, did that get a touch? Ref comes back for a knock on, I think, at ruck time there. Looks like a substitution coming here for Burnside. Potentially at hooker. So here we get some insight into Burnside's exit strategy. 5 meter scrum. Do they go straight to toe? Sophie lines up to kick. Doesn't find touch, but it gets a decent amount of distance, and it's bobbled at the back there. And Burnside get away with not finding touch there, and they will definitely take that result with a line out between the 40 and 22. From being out there, it isn't wet, and the conditions are good on field, but it is windy, so I wouldn't be surprised if just got that ball flight wrong there from the fullback. A bit of adjustments needing to be made. Great throw there, good line out. Adele's really proud of that one. She's taunting to the crowd with that throw. She loves it. Unfortunately, a knock on there from Izzy, and ball straight back to Onkers. So I think so far this is a game of one team that's playing on top of the other but can't get the cherries, and then the other team that is lacking continuity but really dangerous on the counter. Be really interesting to see what the messaging will be at halftime around that, as to how Onkers can walk away from those moments and entries into 22 with some points, and how Burnside can build a bit of continuity. Just a reset scrum here. Although Burnside definitely looked like the strongest scrummaging team. I wouldn't say there hasn't been any ascendancy here thus far. Be interesting to see, though, once packs start to get tired, how that progresses as the game goes on. Here we go, repacking this scrum. Onkas to feed. And again, Burnside done with the early shove. I think we've got a free kick advantage there from Tristan. But Onkas do well to play and move the ball to width. However, Tristan has come back for it here. Free kick. So Burnside just getting done with that early shove before ball is coming in. So you can see a real clear intent to dominate scrum and to dominate on opposition ball. However, just need to pick their trigger moments. Just got a player down here on the wing. But I think we're going to play on. Hopefully everything's okay. Again, moving the ball really well here. Unfortunately, coming to the wing where they don't have a player involved. So a bit of isolation there, and Burnside meet them well. Great strip and contact there. And Portia on a carry again. She's got through a mountain of work already. And Bonnie straight over the ball. I think Portia and Bonnie have been really influential in the Burnside forward pack at the moment. Great ball movement there from Sophie. And Adele in space now. She always describes herself as a winger, and now she's proving it. Great hands, shifting the ball. Sean with the carry here. No nonsense here from Sean. Straight up the guts. Good ball movement here from Burnside. Body to Sophie. Sophie to Jet. Jet with the wide ball to Nikki. Finding the danger players on the wing here, but unfortunately called back for a forward pass. I am biased. That was harsh. If anyone watched the Premier Grade semi-final yesterday, I've got a thing against forward passes. That's enough complaining from me. Let's see if Burnside can make some adjustments to their scrum. Finding ways to dominate, but through the right channels and avenues. Just your usual collapse of first scrum, just so front rowers can mutually agree that they get an extra rest period. And then we can reset scrum and take our time. If there's one area you see teams really come together, it's agreement amongst front rowers as to how to slow down scrum time. This is coming from a fellow front rower. Burnside potentially lucky to not get done with an early shift again. You can see the clear intention to dominate, but Onkas do well to get it through the channel and force to an exit. Nikki goes, Jade goes straight down the channel to Nikki. Bit of danger here. I'm sure that wasn't the intention to give Nikki time and space. And Nikki, as she does really well on the kick return. Burnside now with a bit of front foot ball. Portia with great hands there from Levi's pass and finds front. Great presentation. Levi, great peel to Jet. Jet to Adele in space. And Adele in space again. How does the winger operate? She moves the ball to Kate. Kate on her 50th. She finds a space. Great inside step. Two defenders to beat. Beats the contact and she's over. What a try. What a great try there from Burnside. Great kick return from Nikki. Some good ball movement into contact from Portia. And then just some great hands to finish a great try there. And despite being in space, a lot of work there left to do from Kate on her 50th game, her 50th appearance for Burnside. Adele does a great job there, one-handed carry. give the ball to Kate in space and let her do what she does best. Great change of direction here to beat the last defender, and then just physical carry to make sure that she dots it over the line. I'm sure that brushes off all the cobwebs for Kate Tahema. She's just returned from being in Melbourne for 6 weeks, so this is her first game back after 6 rounds. I'm sure that's a great welcome back. No more jitters. Burnside to convert. And it's through. No real doubts there. RJ, a competent kicker, right in front. Easy money for her. Now again, it goes back to that conversation where Onkers have played on top for a bit, but now those transition moments are where Burnside's really hurting them. There's been a lot of good link-up between Burnside playmakers and forwards in space, and Adele does a great job to find the break there and find Kate for the finish. Onkers go shallow with the kick. It finds space and it finds the winger's hands, and she just stepped out. That would have been something magical there. She managed to twinkle toes down that sideline. Great call there from Burnside. As you can see, Onkers have no real intention to have movement in defense there. Levi does well to clean up loose ball, but then gets ragdolled into touch. Never great to send your 9 down a blind channel with a bunch of forwards around. Good contest there from Portia at the front of the line out. And well taken there from Adele. Adele to Kate again there, finding a bit of combination here. Kate to Bonnie. Cousin to cousin. And now Burnside playing on the front foot. They're going to slow it down with a pick and go to allow time to get set. But unfortunately for Burnside, they've turned the ball over and Onkers get out a bit of trouble there. Bit of disappointment on Jade's face there. I think she wanted to get a bit more bang for her buck with that kick to touch. But nonetheless, she found touch, which is the main priority. Again, disrupted at the front there, and Adele on the loose ball. Portia's doing a great job of contesting at the front, and Adele's doing a great job of getting on that loose ball. Burnside looks to now play with pace and space. Jet with ball in hand. Ball over the top with the bridge pass to Shakira. Unfortunately, she can't clean up that loose ball. She dives on it though, so next best option. Jet goes for a pick. Bit of isolation there. Does well to fight on the ground though. And a great clean out from Shine to get there, working across pitch. Burnside just need to settle a little bit here with a good carry. And who else but Portia to once again put her hand up and carry well for Burnside. And then again to Shine, another player that's got through a mountain of work here. It's getting a bit scrappy here, a turnover to another turnover, but nothing illegal in the ref's eyes, so we continue playing on. We move the ball to width here, Adele in space. She has options off shoulders. Once again, Adele finds Kate. Great tackle there from Grace on the inside there. Great carry from Bonnie Meredith. Back in field to settle Burnside a little bit. And here we go. Burnside enter goal line attack. They shift the ball. And unfortunately, it's gone to ground. One more pass was in it, but good pressure from the outside there for Onkers to force that error. There's been a real swing here of momentum. Burnside doing really well to find those outside channels and compete at those lineouts to disrupt platform for Onkers. Fair few standouts from Burnside here. A lot of hard work being done by Portia and Shine with those carries in the middle and Bonnie Meredith Then what's really exciting is the ball movement here and the ability to find players like Adele and Kate in some space out wide. Again, I'll try not to be one-sided biased, but Burnside definitely have the momentum at the moment. I think Onkers would feel a little bit aggrieved, though, that they haven't been able to capitalise on the momentum they had early on. We're just waiting here with a slight injury to our front rower, RJ. No need to panic here from Onkers. Only 14-3. They just need to find those moments of ascendancy again. It starts with playing in the right areas of the field, so we'll see our Onkers exit here and try to apply the pressure back on Burnside. I'd assume we're looking at a boot to come. I'd also assume that the priority is not to find Nikki in space. Let's see how our Onkers do. And that's a great exit there from Onkers. You take that. Have we gone to halftime yet? We've gone to halftime here. So Burnside up 14-3. Great pressure early from Onkers. Weren't able to capitalise. Great turnaround from Burnside. We go into halftime. We'll be back with you soon. And welcome back here, Wilfred Taylor Reserve elimination final between Burnside and South. Burnside up 14-3, and now I'm joined by Falcons manager Paul Smith. Paul, how you going?
Very well, thank you, TJ. Thanks for having me. I thought I'd come and sit and join you for a little while. Not that I'll probably get a word in edgeways with you.
Just let me get away with this Burnside bias on this commentary here that we've had for the first half. So make sure you get some Onka's names in there.
I can't imagine you've ever been one-eyed, mate.
Never, mate, never. However, you're going to have to help me out a little bit because I've said Grace, Jade and Ashley about 15 times each.
So kickoff from Onka's. Ashley John starting us off. Nice little kick. Ball in Burnside hands. Kate to Hammer.
Good carry there from Kate, finding middle of pitch. Another solid carry here from Bonnie Meredith.
So that backline's looking pretty well drilled at the minute at Burnside, isn't it?
Yeah, I think they're finding some real success moving the ball to width here after some physical carries through the middle. I think the message at halftime will be a little bit of rinse and repeat, but how can they get more of those opportunities out on width?
I think the Onka's girls have they had a really good first half, and to be honest with you, the 14-3 score line is a little bit harsh on them. They're really grinding out a result today. Well, hopefully they'll get a couple of scores in, but it's been hard work for them. It's
been a highly contested game so far. I think Onka's, as I said, were a bit unlucky not to walk away with more points in that first half, especially with that first 15 minutes. But that's always a bit of the issue, right, is capitalising on your momentum.
Yeah.
However, I'm not going to let Jet get away with that kick that went straight out on the full as well. I think I need to bring it back to that one, straight off the side of the boot. Sorry, Jet, you're not getting away with that one.
Yeah, she's so special, isn't she?
Oh, very. Bit of disruption at the back of that ruck. I wouldn't be surprised if the arm comes out. Here we go.
There we go.
Straight in through the side there from Onka's. Nice bailout for Burnside here to start the half.
RJ with the boot.
So I've been talking a fair bit about the Falcons players out here, still in wider training group at the moment, correct? How many representatives do we have from Onka's here that you can cite?
I've got a few. We haven't named the team as yet, but there's a few out there that have got the potential to be in the Black Falcons travelling squad. I mean, there's a couple of the usual suspects from Onka's who are just absolute wonderful workhorses. I'm pretty confident in naming Grace Fitzsimmons and Jade Pilkington as the two workhorses that honestly deserve to be in the state team anyway. So
great pick up there off loose ball from Sean, and she's gone straight through the middle. Caitlin does well to cover at fullback. But great position here from Burnside. They can capitalise on a pick off the base of the ruck for Jet, and she's through.
Does that mean she's made up for her kick?
No, that was all Sean, and Jet just finished it off.
Oh.
No, great try there from Jet. Oh, there's a bit of a stoppage here. The try's been awarded. There we go. So that was route one there.
It literally was, wasn't it? Just pick that ball up and go.
Actually got fortunate with a little bit of a bobble, put it right in front of her, and she was like, all right, I'll take it.
And I'm off.
Great pace from a flanker as well there to get past the 15.
Who is the number 7?
That's Sean. So she's just been dispensated recently about 5 rounds ago.
Okay.
And just turned 16 years old.
So a bit of rugby smarts there.
For sure. Come through the junior system at Burnside. So showing her IQ there already as a young player. Definitely one to watch for the future of the Bunnies. You couldn't really ask for a better start here from Burnside after being up in the half to start off with the first points on the board.
It's that early pressure that they wanted, isn't it, I suppose? A great kick there from RJ. Putting another 2 points on the board.
A nice little point to the crowd there. I think she's happy with that one.
I don't think RJ can see that far, can she?
Well, she pointed to the wrong bench. So
there you go. Just hope the Onkers girls' heads don't drop. They work so hard, and hopefully they can, they can reap a reward of getting a couple of early tries in the second half. Just need to get them done.
Highly contested kickoff. There was a great take from Shakira, and then well met from Onka's defense. Yeah, I agree with you. I think you never say teams deserve something, but Onka's deserve something. They have fought really well and have put themselves in positions to be successful. And you can see the growth that this team has. Another break through the middle from Cass.
Brought down well by Ashley John, who is an absolute workhorse in that team right now. Again, quite a young one. I think she's only 16. I think she's turning 17 soon.
Wow.
And you talk about rugby IQ, she's got that in bucket loads, it seems.
Great ball at the back here from Burnside. Really trying to exploit that width now and play through their pod forwards after some dominant carries. There's one thing I've noticed about this Onka's team, a lot of young talent out there. A lot of players that have come through juniors, and there's no surprises they're having some success with their women's as they bridge that gap. But great carry here from Kate through the middle.
Kate to Hemmer.
Supported well.
Sophie McClure on her own now. Support arrives eventually.
John's sister's doing well here to disrupt and turn over the ball. I believe that sister's at 9 and 10, correct?
Yes, I think so.
Oh, but a failed exit here, straight into the winger's hands. But we come back for an offside at the ruck.
So Onka's got away with that. I think that was an unfortunate kick. Who kicked that? It wasn't Jet, was it?
I'm going to give the credit to Jade there that she was cross-field kicking because she knew she had the advantage. And we'll leave it at that.
That's a fair call.
What I do want to highlight there, those two really good scramble moments there from Onka's. First to make that tackle to prevent the try, but then also the work rate then to contest that ruck and make sure they win that ball.
Yeah, it's that work rate that is what we really hope for in a team when their heads are down a little bit more than because of the score line. But that work rate is absolutely fantastic. That just shows the true spirit of the game, doesn't it?
For sure. Unfortunately, a slight knock on though, so it gives Burnside right in the good position of the field, midfield scrum inside 22. Great moment here to slow down for scrum time. I'm sure the front rowers are appreciating this. I think a few rotations potentially coming on the field as well.
Yeah, they're looking towards the Burnside bench. I mean, there's someone also down for Onkers. Is that their number 9, Olivia? Or
I'm not too sure.
So a bit of a respite for both teams.
If Jade can just move out the way on this screen here, might be able to get some vision on it. Unfortunately, Jade is all about herself and she needs to be in the spotlight.
I think you're right, actually.
Yep.
And then Grace joins in, and it's all about Grace now. So,
like we've already mentioned their name so many times. I'm not sure if these Burnside subs are going on or if they're all lining up on sideline. And this is a moment where it's a bit disheartening for Onkers to see 5 fresh subs coming off the bench for Burnside. And we need to make clear that I think Onkers are operating with only 15 players today. So Burnside making the most of the fresh legs here and bringing up the substitutions. T, Fee, we have another rhyming name, Chippy, all coming onto the field, and Onkers having to do it tough.
Yeah, they'll be looking at thinking, what the heck, we're knackered already. And then poor old Olivia John, their scrum half, looks like she's coming off for a little while. Hopefully for not too long, and she can get back on.
And I don't think with a replacement. So like we said, only 15 players on the field and no one on the bench. Unfortunately, they aren't able to replace her with anyone, I don't believe.
There's a couple of the South girls over the other side of the pitch. Maybe we can ask them to fill in for a little while.
They would have the numbers left over.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so as you can see here, Grace defending at the centres, so they've dropped the flanker here, I believe. And now they've put Ash Johns at halfback to defend in the tail of the scrum. Do I call it early with an 8-9 pick here down the right-hand side?
I think you might be right, actually. You know, Kate playing at 8 for Burnside.
Transfer
It's not the first time she's done it, so was it a little knock-on? Who knows?
And there we go. Hand straight through, Nikki off the shoulder of Jet. Met well there in defence from Ashley and Caitlin. Contested well by Grace on that wide edge ruck to slow ball down.
Out by Kate. Oh, have we got a whistle?
And a knock-on, a slight knock-on.
From Burnside.
So great goal line defence there from Onkers. And march for chatting. There you go.
Who would that have been from Burnside, do you think?
I know exactly who that is. I am too afraid to say.
And so Jade is going to capitalise on this, put the ball down even further. In between the 22 and 10 metre mark.
You just can't be doing that stuff. But like, in the end of the day, Onkers are 2 tries away from being in this game again. Burnside in a position of strength, even on a defensive 5-metre scrum, have now given Onkers the easy exit. And Onkers move the ball well there, go straight to toe, and find some space here on the right-hand side.
We've got Nikki Kelly looking at that ball.
She'll go herself here.
Is just a couple of steps and she's gone.
She's done really well there, but Onkers have met her well too, Ashley there on the inside.
Here's the drive.
Onkers in pretty good field position here off that kick. Can they defend well? Good carry there from T. Bit of spillage around that ruck, but well met by Levi. Grace to Casey. Casey shifting the ball to Munneman. Munneman in space. She's a speedster. You have to catch her. Jade does well.
She gets up again. Was that a legitimate get up? Did she release the ball?
Not according to the ref.
Yeah. Showing a replay of Nikki picking that ball and going, but you know what? Normally you'd expect her to go all the way through. She dodged a couple of tackles, but there was Ashley John yet again. Grabs her shirt and shows her who's boss.
I just want to highlight, and I hate doing it for Jade here, but she was involved in that first contact with the break from Nikki on the left-hand edge, and then she's made her way all the way on the other side of the pitch, and Ashley as well was in that frame too.
Yeah.
And you can see how that Onka's biggest strength are those girls, but also the overworking of those players is what's presenting those opportunities on those wide edges for Burnside.
But there's only so long they can sustain that fall, really, unfortunately.
Correct.
Sooner or later, and I know they're pretty.
However, they're moving ball well here.
Thought Nikki Kelly managed to steal it, but no. Dragged down by Burnside. In goes Caitlin Purton. Good little drive. Supported well by Kayla and out wide to Caitlin Purton.
She's had a really impressive game today.
Supported well by Chelsea. Oh, they're just keeping going, aren't they?
And Jade to Ashley. Ashley in space here on the left-hand flank. Ashley bombing it for the corner. And she finishes.
Well done.
And now we've got a game.
Well, they know they can do it now, so there's nothing stopping them from doing it again. And then Burnside are really going to have to start to worry, I think.
And what a surprise again, Jade with the carry into space and an offload to Ashley. I said I was saying their name a lot in the first half, but it's clearly warranted. Those players are really stepping up right now and getting Onkers back into the picture here.
And they're becoming role models for the club. Even Ash, at such a young age, is becoming a role model for the club, for the girls coming through the system. I think that's the beauty. You know, they're doing the right thing by women's rugby. Really encouraging the youngsters too.
Well, as we know in the women's space, nothing better than representation and seeing the picture yourself. You only need to look to the Women's World Cup happening right now. The attendances, the attention, the coverage. It's exactly what the game needs to grow. And even at the local level, seeing players go through that pathway and do it themselves as a young player, it shows you what can be done.
Yeah. And wasn't that fantastic, the first game of the World Cup, England versus the USA, with 42,000 people watching the game?
That's unbelievable, mate. Hopefully more to come. Well, don't just let it go, though. Someone's aware on this loose ball, and they are. And we play here.
Taylor's chasing after it.
Oh, small bubble.
Came off her foot. No.
But I tell you what, as Onkers, you take that, you force Burnside into having to exit out of their 25-metre.
Yeah.
It's not a bad result. You know a kick is potentially coming back your way. Can you build off this platform?
I think Kayla was harshly done by there. Came off her foot again.
It did look like that.
But it is what it is. And we reset with a nice little scrum.
Burnside's approach here will be interesting. No fullback coverage at the moment for Onkers. I hope they realise that before this scrum continues. I think Caitlin's starting to hobble over. She's looking a bit worse for wear, though.
I think all the Onkers girls will be really tired right now.
For sure. And Burnside do go to exit off the toe, but put it straight down to Caitlin. And Caitlin's having a run now. She challenges Munaman on that wing. Munaman does well to meet her, but Caitlin winning that contact.
Oh, and driven over by Burnside.
Great counter ruck there from Burnside.
Looks like Onkers are trying to counter ruck back.
It's been a great contest. Every single possession of ball has been contested for here.
Yeah.
Again, more pressure at ruck time, trying to slow down ball, and they're getting some success out of it.
And in there again was Jade.
Levi gets it away from T to Chippy to Kate in space. Kate shifts it to the sideline. Unfortunate not to find the space there for Burnside. Well covered though from Onkers to force the pass. I think this is exactly what Onkers need. Keep it in this area of the pitch and then find their opportunity to strike. As long as you're operating in this area of the pitch, you put yourself in a position where you can potentially get something out of it. Great line-up.
Yeah. That final third for, in Burnside's final third for Onkers is just, they just chip away at the Burnside team, and hopefully they'll put another one on the scoreboard.
Correct. Fortunate spillage there. Great pick up there from Munaman, and the speaks is off. Caitlin's closing it down, but I think Munaman might have too much. She pins the head back and she finishes off.
I would just like to point out there that Nikki Kelly was in support there, but she looked like she was just jogging.
Yeah. And Munaman is very quick, so it gives you some real insight to Nikki. And to be honest, that was the bit of the story of the first half. Ascendancy from Onkers, good pressure, good momentum, but then a spillage here or there, and Burnside are really quick to react onto that loose ball.
Yeah.
And especially with the outside back talent that Burnside have, it's a dangerous position to put yourself in.
Yeah, absolutely. And talking of Falcons again, TJ, any standouts from Burnside for you that you think should be travelling?
Yeah, well, I think I might try to avoid the obvious names, like obviously like your Nickies and Jets and your Sophies, Kate. But the ones that have really impressed me today are your Portia Bradley's. I think she's got through a mountain of work for Burnside's forward pack. I'm unsure of actually some of the names in the Falcons group, but maybe someone to put on the radar. It was Bonnie Meredith in that first half, the work that she gets through as well in the front row. Really providing platform for Burnside up front. And then you got your usual standouts, which is Burnside's outside backs, Nikki and Munneman finishing off those tries, supported well from Jet on the inside.
Yep.
No surprises from the success they found there.
Yeah. And Nikki's that good that you mentioned her twice.
Correct. There you go.
Good restart. Chippy with the ball.
Met well.
So I mentioned yesterday that in the Woodville commentary that Abby Chitty had retired about 14 times. I think I've been corrected. It's probably about 15 times. But Chippy's another one of those who just a legend of the game who just keeps going.
Correct. Well, I remember coaching Chippy back in 21, and she said when she wins the premiership with Burnside, she would retire. And we won the premiership that year. And I'm still watching her play 4 years after. So I'm unsure as to what she meant by that. But I just really wanted to bring up the fact that I coached the Bunnies and coached them to a premiership. So
I didn't know that, though.
No, needed to get that
That's
in.
really surprising.
Yeah.
Actually. I've never heard about that.
No. Just in case, Paul, you need a reminder.
Okay, thank you.
I miss you, mate.
The fact that I didn't coach Woodville to the premiership final last year. We started our Black Falcons journey together, as you as the head coach with the Black Falcons women.
Correct.
We went off to Perth and we went off to Griffith.
There's some great moments. I'm still super passionate about the women's space, and you can just see the growth. I remember what those tours were like and the leaps and bounds the women's space have taken and the Falcons have taken since then. It's been a slow, steady build, but clear progression. And you can see it in the rugby that's being displayed out here today.
Yeah, and a lot of that is thanks to the likes of you and Rob Sadler, and we've got the newer coaches stepping up. We've got Lucia this year. We've got Jared from South. We've got Gareth from South. So it's good because everyone has a vested interest in making sure this succeeds, which is fantastic.
Correct. Onkers have been pretty efficient at line-out time this second half, so another good win there. A bit scrappy at the back, but nonetheless a good win inside or near the 22.
They're still working hard.
Strip,
ball strips.
Post tackle there, I believe. Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, we've got a high contact
tackle.
there.
Right, okay.
Technically, it'd be pretty hard to strip ball under sternum, so it's a good point there from Tristan.
He knows his job. So we're sitting at 28-8. Honkers in that Burnside 22. Can they do something with this?
I think I jinxed their line out a bit, but they've moved out well.
Jade stepping up as halfback. Passed out. Is he calling that as a tip? Or offside?
Waiting for a signal here. He's calling trainer or touchy.
No, he's calling the touchy over.
Okay, so this might be discussion about what that tackle looked like.
They'll show us a replay.
I hope so. Oh, there's a card. They don't need the replay. The referee saw a clear picture around it. Is that Captain Sophie going off? It is. Here we go. Let's have it up.
Oh, potentially. I think one of the legs was past the horizontal petition.
Correct.
Is that Grace Fitzsimmons going for it? Jade picking the ball. She sees a gap.
Moves the ball to width. Oh.
And again, Manneman almost pounced on that one. Oh, we have another yellow just been shown. Manneman has just jogging off the field. I'm not entirely sure what that was for.
Me too. Onka's knocking on the door. Met well there on goal line defense from Portia.
It's a really good defense there. Oh, not releasing.
Another penalty.
Keep going like this, Tristan. You're going to be showing some more yellows.
Onka's shifting ball well here. They found the space. Can we finish? Winger steps back inside. Jet does really well there to hold up the winger in contact.
I think it was just that last pass that just didn't quite make it. And Nikki's stolen it.
She stripped the ball.
All of that hard work by Onkas.
Casey looking to exit here. Doesn't usually exit, but has got a pretty decent connection, but found Caitlin in space, and Caitlin's going for it again. There's no Munnerman out on that wing now as well, so can Caitlin go all the way?
Release it. She just should have.
Chippy deals with it well there.
Well done. And Portia comes away with it. She's isolated. She's rolled about 14 times. And Jet deals with the...
Be interesting to keep an eye on Portia there when she seems to
she
get
looked like
pulled up
she
there.
took a bit of a knock. But yeah, Onka's come back again.
Great disruption there from Levi, but Jay does well to get it out.
Good ball.
Ashley now. Cheyenne in space.
And she's over for the try. Well done, Cheyenne. That was a really good work by Onkas. You know, that was an absolute team effort.
And the most important part, that was a great dive finish. 10 out of 10 for me there.
And usual suspects always involved. Good little step by Ashley. And released at the right time, didn't she?
However, I would like to shine a spotlight on Cheyenne. She's had a really good game there. I think she's been playing 13, but then having to come into the lineup as a main jumper. But she's been involved in the women's space for quite a while, and in and out of Falcons and that environment. And you can clearly see the improvement in her game.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I don't know if she's going to be involved this year in terms of... She hasn't been to any trainings. I don't know whether she was asked to come along. But you're right. She's one of those players that just seems to just slowly but surely be getting better every year. It's nice to watch.
Yeah, and a bit of worries here with Portia down with injury, but we'll keep talking about that Falcon space, because the beautiful thing about what we're trying to do with these programs, and I bring the men's program into it as well, but the men's and women's program it's about building that Falcon space throughout the competition and understanding that there's constant development of not only the Falcons players involved, but the competition as a whole, and constantly looking for those players to step up to that next level.
Yeah. Right now, the coaching group are doing, certainly for the women's, and I'm sure it's the same for you, doing a lot of homework over the last 5, 6, 7, 8 weeks, and for you probably the whole season, just looking at players and constantly looking at players and seeing how they're performing. And it's a tough job, but
100%, and no better time to get eyes on players than finals. The most important part of the season, everything on the line. It really separates players from the rest. Great take there off kickoff.
We have 7 minutes to go. 2 quick tries by Onkas.
It's
could
possible.
Change the course of...
Looking at 2 yellow cards. Some good ball movement and hopefully confidence here from Onkas. They're shifting the ball well.
Stopped well by Levi Verwey and stolen by
Hands
Jet.
in the ruck.
Oh, I thought she'd done it.
That's all Onkas need if they can plug away at it. Biggest thing here is Onkas almost need to win every moment between now and the final whistle.
Yep. Certainly keep hold of it.
Correct.
And so you got your Prems playing today? Or did they play
reserves.
yesterday? Oh, your reserves.
Mate, that was deliberate.
Just asking a question.
Yeah, all good, mate. I'm over it, I think. we move on to the next round. But yeah, no, it was a highly contested Premier Grade game. Game of two halves, really, as cliche as that is. I think, 31-5 to Old Coal's first half, and then it ended up being 28-33 or 34 to finish the game. So, game of two halves, then Old Coal's walked away with the Cherries going straight to the grand final. So I'm out here today to have a look at Onkers versus Brighton later on, which will also be live streamed. Burnside with a couple subs here, bringing RJ and Bonnie back on the pitch. Maybe thinking the game was sewn up when they brought them off. And now having to bring them back on the pitch here. Backwards out of the hands there. Caitlin with a nice carry, met well by Jet. Well supported by Jade, and another advantage here from Tristan with his arm out. So Onkers have an opportunity here to chance hand a little bit.
And I'd like to say that Ashley John has slotted into halfback really, really well when her sister went off. She's been doing a great job, although her sister seems to be back on again, and I think they're just keeping her out on the wing.
Here's the penalty advantage that we're talking about. Actually, it's another penalty now, so even closer to the line.
Yeah, on the 22, pretty much.
And Tristan having another word now to Jet, the co-captain of the Bunnies. Probably saying that I've gone to the pocket twice. I'm not afraid to do it again if this continues.
Yeah, Jet laying down the law now, just saying, let's cut it out. I think if there's another penalty, then there will be another yellow.
So here we go. I think it's do or die here. If Onkers walk away with something here after this line out, we're in for a great finish. Great platform, ball movement. Ball's gone backwards. Still space and opportunity on that far left edge there.
Left edge, yeah.
Can Cheyenne find it? She moves the ball to the winger carrying. Met well by Levi.
Still pumping her legs through, and great support by Onkers.
Jade shifts ball to width. Kayla with ball in hand. They're knocking on the door here. Cheyenne with a carry.
They certainly haven't given up, have they?
Can't touch that. And Grace has ball. They've got the advantage as well now. Ashley to a hard carry here through the middle. Can she get over? Just short. Again, Jade going to line.
Jade gets through.
Wow. We have a game.
We do. But you know what? I think Jade really deserved that as co-captain with Grace of the Onkers girls. Has been working really hard all game.
Another card for Burnside as well. Post that try there, I think. So now they've got 12 players on pitch for the final. Looking at maybe 3 minutes here. And one try in it.
Yeah.
Did Jade convert that? I didn't see. I'd assume so. No conversion. Oh no.
No, so there's an 8-point difference. So we really could be.
You need to hit those. Yeah. I hate to say it, but you have to hit that.
She doesn't miss many. Pressure, maybe.
So I'd assume that running clock is correct as well, right? Because they don't have stoppages in the women's final.
I don't think they do. No. So we'll play till there's a pause in play, I suppose. Looks like Sophie's coming back on.
So if you're Burnside here, I think you're sending it as deep as possible and go win this game. But they don't. Great carry there from Ron. Stripped in contact. Another penalty here for Onkers.
High tackle given.
Potentially been a bit of a story about discipline here this last 20 minutes.
Yeah. But I think Onkers may well run out of time.
But what character and fight from this team.
Incredible.
Another great line out as well. They move the ball to width. They find the space. The wing is off.
Is she quick enough?
One to beat. She's gone straight through, but Bonnie holds it back. Another high tackle there as well.
I think there's a penalty advantage coming.
Caitlin going straight through the middle. Caitlin's made a break. Megan makes another tackle.
Last gasp tackle.
They're right there. Can they dot it over?
Oh, I reckon that's going to be held up.
We'll come back for the penalty here, though.
Yeah.
Fine, Onkers, I'm demanding where the mark is so we can quickly go again. Surprised that they haven't even got hand on ball yet.
I think they're absolutely knackered. It's been a great contest.
Dying embers of the game. Grace with a carry here in space. Is she going to dot it over? She does.
She does.
Well done. Onkers have been super impressive here in these last 20 minutes of this game. Exploiting the discipline of Burnside and just staying in the fight. It's shown great character. And by the way they're moving, do they have enough time here?
We don't know, maybe. It depends on Tristan's watch as well, because he may have had to stop the clock a couple of times, and there may be just enough time for Onkers to do something. So 28-27 to Burnside.
And he's called game here.
Oh,
what a fight back from Onkers. 28 Burnside,
Incredible
Onkers
fight
27. Again, a game of two halves, a game of momentum, a story of discipline later in the game, and a team that wasn't giving up. You've got to give a lot of credit there to Onkers, but also massive congratulations to Burnside as well to book their ticket into the next round of finals.
See Woodville next weekend at Old Coles.
Correct.
So I will see you then.
Again, mate, I don't know if I can deal with you 2 weeks in a row. No. Keeping it PG. It's hard around you, Paul, but...
Thank you very much, TJ.
Thank you, and thank you for tuning in. We'll catch you for the Premier Grade game between Brighton and Onkers later on in the evening.
Gotcha.
Yes, I've been told. Thank you.